What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm continuing to show you how to make Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 in Minecraft. This is part 34, and in this one, we're doing this little area, and also kind of getting into cart corridors, and actually doing this first, this little hallway here, or at least getting it all laid out. I love lag, that's really fun. Anyway, yeah, that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so you want to be at the top of the staircase room that we made in the last part, and you want to start off by getting out the following materials. Bamboo planks, blackstone, yellow terracotta, cyan terracotta, andesite, polished tough stairs, polished tough slabs, clay. Where is clay? Is it in nature or in this? Isn't it in here? I don't think it's in nature unless it is and I'm wrong. Okay, I'm just wrong. Cool. Like, what is the logical option here? Polished basalt, maybe? We'll go with that, sure. So you want to start off by heading to this opening, heading inside, and kind of turning around so we're looking towards the opening, and that'll be going backwards. So out of the 4 blocks you have, you want to take the left and right ones and extend them back each with the cyan terracotta, I should say. Place a blackstone on the left and a bamboo plank on the right. Extend the bamboo plank back with 9 yellow terracotta. And then behind that, you'll place up a block and upward facing polished basalt. Extend it up by, oopsies, up by 3. And you can pretty much bring the, blackstone along with the 2 cyan terracotta just back to the same distance back, aka the end of the yellow terracotta, not to the polished basalt. You could, actually. That might not hurt, necessarily. Yeah, I'm going to tell you to place an additional row of cyan terracotta at the back and also at the right. Left, you're not worried about that. On the cyan on the right and behind the pillar here, you're going to place a couple of rows of clay. Behind the pillar here, you're placing 2 rows of clay. And behind the stone, you're placing 3. And it only needs to be 4 blocks tall. Back diagonally in behind that, you're placing a row of andesite on either side. Connect them together with a set of polished tough stairs that face away from each other, like so. You're gonna have to kind of do some weird finagling, but yeah. Above them, you'll place polished tough blocks. You can just use slabs for that. Those are the only blocks we need, I think. Above the back row of cyan terracotta, or of the pillar, or alternatively, just above where the blackstone and bamboo is on the floor, you're going to place a polished tough slab in from either side on the top block of the wall, which is the 4th. Place polished tough stairs in from there that face toward each other this time. Something in my arm just cracked. That was weird. You can clear your inventory and get out the following. We could have still used the polished basalt, but it's fine. We'll need it again anyway for the next room. You want to get out a block of coal, cobbled deep slate walls, stripped mangrove log, dispensers. I don't know if I've ever used those in a tutorial unless it was redstone related, but I think I used droppers anyway. Lycrate concrete. I'm thinking of something like 5 years ago. Pale oak trapdoors. I made a working popcorn machine. Pale oak sign's kind of working. It was a little bit but it did the thing, so. And we're going to go with mangrove fence. So on top of the final yellow terracotta, you're placing a strip mangrove log facing up. Trace up to the top polished basalt where you'll place 2 mangrove fence moving out from the wall like so. Both left and right of the row of polished basalt, you'll place a row of cobbled deep slate blocks. Extend the row of blocks on the right to the right in addition a row, and on the left with a row of walls. Next, on the far right row of blocks forward with a row of walls, blocks, and you're keeping that going until you essentially are just before the andesite, like so. Cover up the frontmost row of walls with a row of dispensers that face to the left, like so. Like they're like servers or something. They're weird. I don't remember. On the opposite wall, just behind this andesite here, you're placing kind of back diagonally left a row of block of coal. Behind that would be a row of polished basalt, but we don't have it yet, so we're not worried. In front of the bottom dispenser here on the right side, you're placing a light gray concrete with a pale oak trapdoor open up against the left of it. Behind the second dispenser up, you're placing a pale oak trapdoor open up against the wall. From that trapdoor, you'll count up diagonally what should be left from your angle and place a pale oak sign with nothing on it. I love when my throat doesn't want to throat properly. Clear your inventory and get out the following. Iron bars, andesite walls, diorite walls, stone, polished basalt, sea lanterns, glow item frame, pale oak fences, and we're gonna go polished tough slabs. I think that should make the most sense in theory. So, first off, you want to head kind of almost out of this area back to the front here, and you want to take the, like, little polished tough thing we have at the ceiling here, and underneath the left and right slabs, you're placing iron bars connecting down. From the right row of iron bars, you'll place from the bottom one, at least, an andesite wall. An andesite wall to the left with one behind, and then have two diorite walls on either andesite wall. Behind, or just kind of head back, and from this row of block of coal, you're placing a row of upward-facing polished basalt behind it. I would extend it a block down and up so it's in line with the eventually to be ceiling and floor. Extend either end back by 5, and then just kind of connect together at the end here. The ceiling to the right of this little hallway is stone, just, making sure it's in line with the top row of polished basalt. You do want to go on top of the cobbled deep-side walls, and that's really the only thing that's important. And obviously just filling in everything else. From the frontmost mangrove fence here, you'll count forward diagonally left. Break this stone, replace it with a sea lantern with a glow item frame underneath. At the opening here, you're placing a polished tough slab at either top corner, connected down with iron bars. Just behind the andesite row here on the left wall, you're placing a row of pale oak fence. It should be off the block of coal row. You could also make that cobbled deep site. I went through a phase in this where I did cobbled, or obsidian and block of coal alternating. Completely forgot block of coal was one of the blocks, which is why I didn't just change it. But, yeah, do consider that. I think I just missed it. That is all for this area, though. Just get out polished tough stairs really quickly, and you want to, between these two polished tough slabs, place a set of polished tough stairs facing into each other again. Texturing. There's two things I'm going to mention. I don't texture really much of anything. I texture the ceiling the same way we have been doing, which is the stone bricks, cracked stone bricks, cobblestone, and andesite, and just, kind of having them create little clusters almost. Cobbled deep site we'll talk about in later segments. Polished basalt I don't think ever gets textured. I think I texture it with basalt maybe at some point. I discovered that pale oak wood and acacia wood work really well just as general texturing. Not necessarily very much for the droopy weathering, but it looks good as almost like rust for pale oak wood. It's got an almost, not orange tint, but it has a kind of weird gray color that looks like it's starting to rust a little bit. So it does work well. I discovered that recently in something I was building. Anyway, the next area is a little bit annoying, but it's the area I've not been looking forward to. Frankly, this entire section, actually. But you want to start by getting out polished basalt, polished deep site stairs, monster spawners, black concrete, stone, smooth quartz blocks, diorite, yellow terracotta, and I really don't feel like there's anything else that's going to help us, so we're just going to go with that. You we're going to start with the right side, I think, polished basalt. And if you're looking towards the opening, you want to extend this polished basalt just kind of back with 5 stone. It's not going to be the one in line with the ground, by the way. It's 1 up. And then after the 5 stone, 2 smooth quartz. 7 stone. 2 smooth quartz. 7 stone. 2 smooth quartz. You kind of want to copy this on the other wall. Now, the biggest thing that changes is it's a full row of smooth quartz, and where you have smooth quartz on the opposite wall, you're actually just extending the smooth quartz in a row. So I'm just going to kind of trace all these across, like so. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night time for the most part. You should have this. Just behind the second to last one. It should actually be the middle because there is 3. Just behind it, you're placing a row of polished basalt in the floor going across left to right like so. From the left and right polished basalts, you're extending them all the way forward with also sideways polished basalts until you connect into the front here. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I don't know why that keeps happening in videos. It's really annoying, I'm not gonna lie. The left row of this hole is polished deep-side stairs facing to the right. And the right half is monster spawners. Cover on the underside of, I guess, both of the monster spawners and stairs with black concrete. I'm just going to do the monster spawners because the stairs don't matter to me for the lighting. Because I already been there, done that, you know? I don't need to do all that again. The smooth quartz on the left side, you're placing yellow terracotta on top of. Just a singular row. The smooth quartz on the right side, you're placing diorite on top of. Then the both, I guess, diorite and yellow terracotta, you're bringing up with 4 smooth quartz per block. Yeah, this shouldn't be too bad of an area, which is nice. And then we can kind of get into the cart corridors a bit. We're not actually going to finish it. I think I'll explain that well, I will explain it now. We're actually going to skip cart corridors for the most part, and then we're going to end up going back to them after we do the end area, because I want to make sure that the lineup is correct and that, you know, all of our math is correct. Mainly just so you don't make any mistakes, but you should, in theory, be able to figure it out if you do, based on just how things are working. But, yeah, just as a little bit of a precaution. You're connecting the top smooth quartz together on the right side here with stone, specifically on the right wall. You're not bringing them across or anything. You're just kind of doing one of these. And above the polished basalt, it is also a row of stone, by the way. You should have 3 of these kind of segments. One is shorter than the others, but that's fine. On the front one, you're placing a row of stone at the front, just up against the polished basalt. And that should give you a 4x4 remaining. On the next one, you're placing 2 rows of stone at the front and 1 at the back. And then the final one is just entirely stone. Nice. We'll worry about these later. Get out smooth quartz stairs now. I don't know why I didn't just grab them. And so you want to take the second smooth quartz up from the yellow terracotta on these little pillars that stick out. And to the right, you're placing upside down smooth quartz stairs facing right. On top of them, you want smooth quartz stairs facing left. Then right of those upside down stairs facing right, and you should know the drill at this point. Up with stairs facing left, and then connect into the other ones with upside down stairs facing right. And I'll give you these kind of angles. These are weird. I don't know why they're like this, but, you know. I refuse to ask. Also, another side note, technically the smooth quartz on the right should stick in as well, but I really liked having the hallway a little bit thicker, so I didn't do it on both sides. I only did it on the left because it would contrast between the walls being the same, and you already have the contrast on the right because they're different. So just a little bit of a side note. I do like to point things out like that, just kind of my decisions with specific builds or parts of builds. So beyond this, I think we can just kind of finish off the flooring here, and I guess the room. So you want to clear your inventory and get the following materials: mud, cyan terracotta, bamboo planks, blackstone, polished tough stairs, polished tough slabs, which we're going to use for blocks because I ain't getting both of them. Polished basalt again. It always returns. Seems like it's just this section's favorite block. Quartz bricks, and I really don't know if there's anything else that's helpful, but we're going to go iron bars because they should be useful to some extent. So behind the polished basalt we have here, you're placing 1 row of mud and then 2 rows of cyan terracotta. Extend the rightmost cyan terracotta back with a black stone and then have a bamboo plank to the left of that. I would bring the cyan terracotta, this is kind of a really judgment call here, but bring the cyan terracotta on the left here back by 3. And I am going to bring it just kind of over so it's kind of surrounding the bamboo and blackstone. But behind the bamboo plank, you're placing a polished tough stair facing right. Behind that, you want 3 blocks. On top of the end block, you want another block with a stair facing right in front of it. Extend each block right by 1 and each stair right with a slab. Place iron bars on the stairs and the leftmost blocks. Behind the leftmost block again, you're placing a bamboo plank, blackstone to the right. Behind either of those, you're placing 5 cyan terracotta as well. Extend the cyan terracotta, and we're going to say the bamboo plank each left with 2 cyan terracotta. You'll then have a row up diagonally left by 1 of cyan, which should be the same length, and then you're going to extend it up by 3 rows. Behind it, you want a row of polished basalt here on the side. Leave a gap of 2 moving to the right and place another row of upward-facing polished basalt here. Make sure you do fill in the floor with cyan terracotta as well in the middle there. It's just nice to do. And then right of that, 2 rows of quartz bricks. Upward-facing row of polished basalt again. Extend the basalt here down an additional 1. And then this one can be brought forward with 2 sideways polished basalt. Blackstone. Bamboo plank. 3 polished basalt. Extend the end one up by 4, and I am going to make this one kind of turn so it's upward facing. But you can't see it anyway because it's blocked by a pillar. And 2 pillars, actually, technically. Place a row of cyan terracotta here at the floor to fill that in. And what you want to do on the side is you're having 2 rows of iron bars off the polished basalt on the left and right here. And just 1 row at the top to connect across. Place a row of cyan terracotta on top of these iron bars, and this entire area we have here, you can actually fill in the ceiling with cyan terracotta. The really only thing is you're just filling into the polished basalt here at the kind of back left A block. Unless it's polished basalt, which it's not. That section will be more important later. It's a bit of a weird one, but yeah, I'm just going to fill in this whole thing. Okay. Just like this. Hopefully my dogs will shut up. So yeah, you should end up with this. Now, oh, that's the wrong side. You want to head to the stone side, and these 2 4x4s you have, you want to just fill them in with iron bars, like so. There's going to be fans on these later, we're just not going to build them right now. We're probably going to build them last for this room, but I'm not really sure. Because they're fairly easy, and they'll kind of help us get the cart corridors, walls at least, in place. Actually, don't clear your inventory yet, because you need the polished basalt just left of, I want to say it's a stair? No, it's the block behind the stair, just left of it, you're placing a polished basalt. And then you can clear your inventory and get out the following. Mangrove slabs. Pale oak slabs. Andesite slabs. Sea lanterns. Glow item frames. Pale oak trapdoors. Warp fence. Bamboo fence. Nether brick fence. And so behind the polished basalt you just placed, you're going to place a mangrove plank and extend it up by 1. I guess behind it you should place another plank just to fill in this gap you're going to have, and then on top of that you'll place a mangrove slab and extend it all the way back until you're in line with the polished basalt. Left of that you'll place a row of upside down pale oak slabs with a row of mangrove slabs on top. This wall doesn't have a true center, but out of these like top 3 rows of cyan, you'll take the out of the 2 center blocks, the rightmost middle we'll call it, and you'll break this, replace it with a sea lantern with a glow light, and prim off the side. At the very like top corner here, there's like the up against the wall in the ceiling 11 upside down row of andesite slabs going all the way through. You're going to just kind of skip through the smooth quartz and just keep going until you essentially should hit the front, I believe. Yeah. And right of that, you'll have a regular row of andesite slabs that goes actually all the way through. We'll kind of go between these stairs here and stuff. And should end at the same point. Kind of. Just like so. On the right wall, I think it's between the fans, but yes, between the fans above the like right diorite, you're placing a pale oak trapdoor open up against the smooth quartz there. We have some funny fences to add. So if you're still looking at this wall, you want to take the, on the pillar we were just on, the upside down smooth quartz there at the top left and bring it down with a warp fence. Go left 1, down 1, left 2, down 1, left 4, up 1, left 4, down 1, left 2, up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, and then you'll place a bamboo fence on top of that. Extend that fence left by 1 and right by 5. I just did 4. Brilliant. There we go. Go down 1, and then right by 4, for real this time, I guess. Then up 1, and then right by 5, and you should just kind of connect back into the warp fence, sort of, but also into the smooth quartz, kind of, again. On the left wall, between the final 2 smooth quartz pillars that stick out, you want to take the, we're going to go the top left smooth quartz, and you're going to count down by 2 and going right, place 3 nether brick fence. Go down 1, right 3, up 1, right 1. And that should be everything but the couple little things, I guess, done. There's one more thing we can do with the andesite slabs, though. I feel like we should probably get that out of the way. So, above the mangrove slabs here at the back, this row that is along the floor, you're taking not the back one, but the one in front of it. Actually, right of it, you're placing an upside down andesite slab. Extend this up with a regular slab, and then from that you're going left with an upside down slab, which should be brought back by 1 as well, so you can just place it off the polished basalt and then bring it forward. Right of this andesite slab here, you're going right with 2 upside down slabs. Then a block, which will be in place of the iron bars. Right of that block, a slab. Down with an upside down slab. Right with a block, and then down with another block. That'll be, again, more important later. We just don't have, or we're not worried about that right now. So, let's do the fans, and there's a little bit of a hole in the wall as well on the left side. So clear your inventory and get out the following materials. Smooth quartz stairs. Smooth quartz slabs. Black concrete. Spruce fence. Spruce trap doors. Polished andesite stairs. Yellow wool, and I think that'll finish off this hallway, in theory. It should. So, on the panel across from the second iron bar 4x4 here, you're taking the middle 2, just kidding, middle 3 smooth quartz blocks above the yellow and breaking them. You'll place a smooth quartz stair on either side facing towards the center, like so. You're breaking a row above, and the top right, you're having an upside down stair facing left. Top left, upside down slab. I would fill this in behind it here with black concrete just to get that out of the way, and then you're filling in the center with spruce fence. Place spruce trapdoors open up against the left half here, and then extend them up an additional one like so. And they should all be open up against the wall. As for the fans, it might be easier to do these from the other side since we already also placed the iron bars. So, you want to, from the backside here, in the center 2x2, place kind of polished andesite stairs that all face away from each other. So bottom left, it's upside down facing left. Bottom right, it's upside down facing right, etc., etc. You want to essentially have stairs facing kind of like this. You can make them the same, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take the left one and... Oh, I gotta, like, use my brain for this because I'm looking at it backwards. You're taking the left stair here, and you're placing an upside-down stair above it, this top left one, facing to the right. From the top right, you're placing to the right of it an upside-down stair facing left. From the bottom right, you're placing a stair below it facing left as well. And from the bottom left, place a stair facing right. Again, you may do the same. I did it a little bit different. I kind of have it like so they're in different positions fan-wise. From this one, I'm taking the top left, and I'm going left of it with an upside-down stair facing right. Top right, upside-down stair facing left. Bottom right, stair facing left, and then bottom left, below it, up, or stair facing right, something like that. Place black concrete behind each of the stones that are around the fan opening here. I guess the smooth quartz on the one side here. And behind that, you're filling an additional block back with yellow wool. A 4x4. Just like so. That is the hallway done. Nice. Now, again, I don't really think it makes sense to do cart corridors right now, just because it's kind of a lot. So we may be able to skip just entirely it. Let me just check real quick. Okay, yeah, that's crazy. I just, like, perfectly dug up in the right spot. You want to, from the fans here, well, you can connect the 4 rows of yellow wool together. That is a good start, I think. And if you didn't go behind the black concrete, you want to go over an additional 6 with yellow wool. I just went 7. That's brilliant. Counting is so hard. And you can also actually get out cyan terracotta and go kind of diagonally in from that end one with the cyan terracotta like so. And then you'll go with a yellow wool from there. And you should be one further than the wall of that right there. And I'm going to just confirm that that's correct. Which it... Oh, I forgot. There was concrete powder there. But yeah, it is correct. Regardless of the concrete powder I just dropped in from the heavens. Yeah. So you should have 4 rows of whatever the wall was you just made. You do need to go, I believe, 1 lower. Is that correct? Should be correct, yeah. Yeah, 1 row lower with the yellow and cyan terracotta. So it should be 5. Just like so. And you also actually want to go 2 higher to make it 7. Voice correct. From the end yellow wool, I'm going to leave a gap of 3 moving over and place another singular row of yellow wool here. This is the doorway which leads into the little staircase room thingy, which goes into the next particular section. And so, where do we even go from here? Get out block of iron, and I guess also in addition you can get out cyan terracotta. And we'll go polished deep slate stairs, oak slabs, stone I believe is used here. Let me confirm. Yes. Monster spawners might be beneficial, but I don't know if we'll use them. And polished basalt? That feels reasonable. I know we have more, but like, you can get out couple deep slate and couple deep slate walls with the final 2. And we might not use all of this, but just kind of to get it out. So head back to the, well, you can actually bring this, okay, never mind, we don't have yellow wool. So what you want to do is, from the little, like, I guess entrance into this room, you want to place cyan terracotta below all these sideways polished basalts and the black stone and bamboo. It should be a row of 6. You're going down diagonally right with a row of iron and extending it right an additional 2 rows. Take the end 2 rows and bring them all the way forward, and they should just slide perfectly kind of into the wall here, like so. I'm just going to stop before I'm at it, actually, because I want to technically slide into it. You might want to bring down the yellow wools an additional 1. I'm going to get rid of iron to do this, and I'm not actually going to get it back out yet, because I don't think we need it, but yeah. And so between the yellow wool here, you're going to go down another block and place stone. And it should be a block below the iron, like so. Just, you know, all 3 blocks of it. Extend it right, or I guess over towards, like, the original spot with however many monster spawners you want. I'm going to stop, I think, in line with the blackstone. I'll actually tell you where. Yeah, in line with the blackstone is where you do want to stop. You could go shorter if you wanted, but we might as well just fill it all in now, because it doesn't really make much of a difference. Just like so. The row of stone that you have, you're extending left an additional row. And then you want to keep extending it down diagonally left until you notice you're just above the, like, mangrove slabs on Whack-A-Wuggy. And so, see, I'm just going to keep going down diagonally left with the singular stone. And you see here I'm starting to kind of get close, but it's not the upper layer. It's essentially, it's going to be right there, I think. Yeah, so you see if I trace the stone over, and I'll just place one here just for the example, you see it'll be on that mangrove, and that is correct. Cool. I don't have a particular number for you, but, you know, it's a fair bit of diagonals, as you can tell, and you do want all 3 stone. You're also going to end up being, like, a block off from the wall of the one in musical memory, which is pretty darn close. And I think the walls do end up colliding, but it doesn't matter because I believe that it's blocked off, isn't it? Yeah, you see it's, like, just low enough to where it doesn't make a difference. On the left and right stones, you're placing polished deep slate stairs facing kind of away, which I guess excludes this first row, but you're just kind of going like down, or just kind of making almost staircase with this, except you're leaving the middle of it open. Just like so. And then connect each of them together with oak slabs. Cool. Now, left and right of the polished deep slate stairs, you're replacing polished basalt. And I'm going to extend the stones out another one so I can place them because they're supposed to be upward facing. You know how that goes if you don't have placeholders. It's just really not a fun time. So I will bring the stones out here. And yeah, you see there I touched diagonally with that, which means it just misses. But I was kind of hoping they were going to line up. I thought that would have been cool. Although I do realize now that it's good that they don't, because they are actually a bit different. Not necessarily in walls, that might have just been me being more observant, or in the rails either, that was just because of the area, but like with the way that this one ends, it ends really weird. You'll see. I made it almost like you can see the void box. It's not particularly great. So from this point, starting from the top polished basalt, you want to leave the first 3 open and take the 4th one, and you're going to just extend it up by, we're going to go 7 on both sides. From there, you're counting down an additional 5. And again, just bring them up by 7. Then you're counting down by 2, which is leaving 1 open. Why did I do 5 over there? What was I, huh? And then from there, you're counting down by 5, actually. That's funny. So again, a gap of 4. And bring this one up. And then you're counting down by 2. And again, bring this one up. And you should have 4 left at the end if everything has gone to plan. And you should be correct with that. And you only want to bring the right one up out of the final ones. The left one over here is just kind of not. So that's fun. You want to then take the stone, and if you have 5, that's actually better for this because you need all 5 rows. But you want to extend the stone just out by what should be 12. Just like so. And again, it'll be all 5 rows. Nice. You're taking the right side, and you're leaving a gap of 5. And you're bringing this one up by, what is it, 6? You're then leaving a gap of 4 and bringing the next one up by 6 as well, the stone. And this one will be on both the right and the left. The first one was not. Then if you... Okay, you're going to go over the stone here, so you will need placeholders. But you want to leave a gap of 3 and then place 6 polished basalt coming up there. And so I'm just going to place like 3 cobbled deep say moving out, and just off the third one I'll bring the basalt up. It won't go down anymore. You want to make sure you end just kind of before the stone. But yeah. From this point, you want to fill in the left side from... Essentially, if you... On the left side, you trace up to where you have these 2 polished basalt. You're placing cyan terracotta between them, and this cyan terracotta is going to go kind of all the way through. I'm too high here. But it's going to go all the way through, like, this bottom area here, and through these polished basalt, through the last one, and it will go as far as you can go, pretty much, which is just 4 rows. And you'll end up having, obviously, a 5th that could, but it'll be like, you'll have a black concrete wall here, so you can't actually go any further. But yeah, on the other side, you're doing the same, just you want to leave this panel open right here, this little 4-block one, between the, not the final 2 polished basalt, but like the second to last and third to last ones. And so, again, you're kind of going up to the same portion as well. And I'm just going to kind of follow the diagonal here of the polished basalt as I do this. And eventually, I'll end up kind of flat lining out with them, which I think will be right there. Yeah, and I will have the top row of cyan terracotta over the one on the right side that doesn't actually have anything. But yeah. I believe we will end up for the, I know this is random, but for the, like, next room, having the... Do I want to fill behind this, actually? Let me just, like... Okay, yeah, no, I do want to fill behind this. Having the mangrove extend out from the Wacka-Wuggy room itself, just to kind of go... I love words. They're so easy to say. I never have problems with them, ever. But to go under all of the monster spawners that we place, because I feel like the monster spawners go further than the mangrove. But that'll be a next part thing, because I think I'm going to end once we get maybe all of the walls done. I'm not really sure. And I'll just kind of trace a diagonal on this side here. Nice. The next section of the wall is cobbled deep set and cobbled deep set walls. I have cobbled deep set blocks at the, like, front end here, and then I have walls and then blocks and whatever. And again, make sure you're bringing, like, the blocks and stuff and the polished basalt out where you need it for the walls, because you're going to need it in a lot of areas here, which is, again, a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. And where it sticks over, I'm just going to leave it for now, because I'm not really sure what happens. Again, we'll worry about it next part. It's like a lot of work to think about right now. I gotta bring that block down. You'll usually be able to see gaps. You kind of just have to look at everything and be like, is there something missing there? And if it's not, then, you know, just kind of move on with your life. And if there is, then fix it. It's hard to, like, especially with this area, it's hard to, like, process all of it. It's so much. From this point, it's pretty much just alternating. So this one singular row here is cyan terracotta. And then the next section is also cobbled deep set again with walls at the front end, or the, I guess, down end, if you will. And then the blocks will be at the start of it. Wish it was 5, because then it would have worked better, but I didn't have many options, because this was essentially making this room line it up to the proper Y height that I needed, and, you know, kind of don't have much of a choice beyond that. It's literally just do the thing. Yeah, that should be that. And then again, the final couple rows here are just cyan terracotta. And they should just follow the diagonal in theory still. We're gonna kind of focus on fixing that and getting that more so correct in the next part. I'm kind of just making assumptions right now because I can't be bothered enough to make it perfect. Anyway, yeah, once you're done, ladies and gentlemen, that is part 34 of Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 complete, and that is, almost Whack-A-Wuggy's loop at least done. Obviously, car corridors will take a part of their own, probably, maybe two. Anyway, yeah, thank you all so much, guys did enjoy this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.